We are at war again. It seems like every year we turn on the TV or turn on the news and we are at war. I don't know about you, but a lot of us are tired of wars. We didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. I voted for Trump because he said he was not going to go to war. He literally said this. But it seems like there's always a switch. Something happens when these people are candidates versus when they take office. They change, they switch on us. It happens time and time again. I don't know what's going on, but we're the average folks. We're the average Americans. We work hard. We go to work to provide for our families. We've we pay our taxes diligently. We remain citizens, people who are law abiding and contribute to society in our own little ways. That's who we are. We pay our taxes. And we've been doing that. People like me, I've been doing that for the past 2 decades in this country as a legal immigrant. Well, I came here as a legal immigrant, and then I became a citizen in 2015. And I believe that over these years, I have contributed to this country. I owe this country uh, for providing me with the resources and that opportunity to become who I am today. And because of that love that I have for this country, I want to see it thrive and succeed and be better than what it used to be. But we're in the United States of America, it's obvious decadence. I don't care what city that you go to or you travel to, it's the same thing. There's these cities are just rotten in a way, like they're not being maintained. They're not. Look at Shanghai, look at Dubai. There's no reason why a country this wealthy shouldn't uh, architectural wise look like that or even better. We have the resources, but for whatever reason, we are stuck in this loop of war after war after war that we didn't vote for. But somehow we're constantly going to these wars, and all the energy and resources generated in this country is devoted to the destruction of other people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, but I understand that, to be this powerful, it doesn't go without defense. It doesn't go, you have to be able to defend your crown. I get that. But what I don't understand is this constant instigation for war at the expense of the citizens. We're all paying really, really high, ridiculous price for these wars. And I don't know any American who wants to keep fighting these wars. I'm telling you, overwhelmingly, nobody wants it. No American taxpayer wants to keep fighting these wars. We want to prosper. We want our schools to be better. We want opportunities for our citizens to improve. We want to see the fruits of our labor because we all work really hard. I wake up every morning and I go to work to build somebody else's corporation. And the least, the minimum that we deserve
Power
is
off.
a fair exchange for the amount of energy that we are putting into the economy. We deserve for our streets to be safe. We deserve to be able to purchase property and own property. We deserve to send our kids to school knowing that they're going to become productive citizens. We don't deserve to be tied down and shackled with loans and then tax increase. Everything is taxed. Everything you touch is taxed. Inflation is an all-time high. The real unemployment, because forget these numbers that they post on the news. The real unemployment is there's a lot of people who are unemployed out there, and we keep hearing of these tech layoffs because AI is now taking over jobs. Uh, Uber, like everyone's turned to the gig economy, and they're getting they're losing to technology. They're losing to AI, automation. So what's going to happen with all these people who are being laid off and don't have work? That's the economy right there. That buying power is being lost. And so we're seeing it in our cities. Our cities are not thriving. You can see the obvious decadence. People are suffering and laden with debt. And yet we keep fighting these wars and funding these wars. It's crazy. It's hard to explain. Why do we keep funding these wars at the expense of the citizens? Trump was supposed to be the peace president. That's what he campaigned on. He said no more wars. He doesn't want to see any more death. How the hell are we getting drawn into this Iran war again? It's nonstop. And most of us didn't vote for it. I don't know anyone who wants to keep fighting these wars, but somehow we keep getting drawn into it. That's what I don't understand. And our taxes keep going up. We can't afford anything. You go to the grocery store and what $100 used to buy, it's like we can't afford anything. Okay, where is this going? This is I you know, tariffs. There's supposed to be all this money coming into, we're supposed to expect all this liquidity into the economy. Um, I'm optimistic about that, but at this point, I have to say that the larger economy needs a stimulus more than ever. People can't afford homes. They're forced to have roommates in well into adult life. Parents can't pay for childcare because it's ridiculously inflated. We can't even okay, since we can't afford housing, what's up with all these luxury homes with rent way above average income? You go to these major cities and the rents are through the roof. You have to have two income now in order to get a place to rent. They won't rent to you if you're not making three times the rental fee, plus all these other fees that are tacked into. They want you to deposit first month, last month, cleaning fee, all these deposits and fees before you can get into an apartment. That's crazy. And then income's not keeping up. What this is the real economy. Forget what they talk about when they talk about GDP. I don't know what they're so drunk off of Wall Street. Wall Street is not the real economy. The real economy are people, our ability to buy and sell, our ability to live an optimum state of wellness. And when that's not being achieved, we are currently in a depression, whatever the economic depression, we're currently living through it. And the people who are we elect to represent us, they don't it doesn't look like they're actually representing us because they always get up there and they do something different from what they campaigned on. It's wild. you know, I just wanted to rant, man, because as a law-abiding citizen, it seems like we're being punished for abiding by the law. Time and time again, I keep seeing people who break the law being rewarded. It's crazy. Like it's like the system is designed to reward those who are good at scamming and cheating. Cheating is being rewarded in real time. Like the president can put out a meme coin, Trump meme coin, rugged, make money off of it, but who the hell cares, right? but and the rest of us regular retailers working for every dollar we get, SOL. I mean, because that's a game for the rich, and they played in broad daylight. They just playing up and down the market, trading up and down, making a lot of money. And retailers, your firefighters, your police officers, your nurses, your doctors, people who earn an honest living, we don't get to participate in that casino up there. It's crazy. The system has to start rewarding hardworking citizens, those teachers who dedicate their lives to raising the future generation on poverty wages, okay? You know, these restaurant workers who have to fight for tips. The system has to start rewarding these people, or else the whole thing is just going to collapse. I don't see it sustainable the way it's going. And we keep fighting these wars. Like, we keep fighting these darn wars. What's up with these wars? Who's voting to fight these wars? Why do we have to drop bombs on people? It's heartbreaking to watch a major city with high rise buildings and cars and people living in these high rise buildings and there's bombs dropping on them. And I just imagine myself there. It's like, damn, what in the hellscape is happening? Why does it seem like the further we advance, the further we regress as a civilization, as people? I thought that at this level of advancement in tech and articulation, we should be able to just dialogue our way out of these barbaric acts. But somehow it's the ultimate resolve is violence. Who's got the biggest guns? It doesn't matter what you want to talk about when it has to do with DEI or gender or sex or race. None of that shit actually really matters. What really matters is who's got the biggest guns and who could drop bombs on you whenever they feel like. Because that's really what it ultimately comes down to. Once these bombs start dropping on us, it doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. You're gonna die. And it was at the decision of some random person. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It doesn't matter your degrees, your achievement. Like the people who got bombed in Iran, when I was reading the news, the people who got bombed in Iran, these are the top level officials, scientists, and this and that. They just got at the beginning. Once the bombs start raining, they were the first to take it taken out. All those years of achievement and knowledge and dedication and life force, just like that, at the decision of somebody else somewhere else. So when you start to think about this whole thing, it just comes down to what is really important about this life that we're in, this existence that we're in. What I think is really just important is enjoying it while it lasts, nurturing the relationships that you have, being grateful for what's on the table, the cards that you dealt with. You know, whatever you got, be grateful and just keep kicking ass until it's your time to get out of here. Because at the end of the day, the people who keep taking us to these wars, they're going to do it regardless of what we want. It doesn't matter what we want. The wars are going to happen. Trade is going to happen. Money is going to be exchanged, and people are going to live and people are going to die. So just enjoy the ride. Because war again, god damn. I think we're all worn out. I wish we just have like straight 20 years of development, stacking on the like recreating I'm using AI to recreate the world that we're living in. I wish we had like 20 straight years of that instead of these bombs dropping on in high-rise buildings with people living in them. People who are just came back from work with their family eating dinner and that's it. Time to go, y'all. They're dropping bombs on us. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm about to go hit the weights.